Hello there, Internet's MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to showcase the last Dark Horizon skin, Dark Horizon skin champion in Lissandra. We're going to showcase Lissandra outside of the Dragon deck with Irelia Soul in a build that was inspired by some decks that I've been running into the ladder. But also I want to preface this by saying that this deck can still be highly optimized in my opinion. I took some variants that I saw and I tweaked it around in with my own card decisions and stuff. Like I can't even speak today. And I added stuff like Strafing Strike. But I do feel like this archetype can actually go perfectly fine without Mobilize. And I also do believe that a full set of Dragon Chow may be a mistake, more likely than not. Regardless, this is a take on Spectral Matron Cythria, which is a deck that's been running around in different shapes and forms. And the idea behind this one is that it's aimed to counter Irelia Azir a little bit better. But let me just start off this video by saying this deck does not counter Irelia Azir. And I also want to say that this video was actually recorded before the video that I uploaded on the weekend regarding my solutions to the metagame. So I want to say this as well because when I do face Irelia Azir, I start venting a little bit, right? And this venting can be out of context. It can come off a little bit weird after I've already talked about the problem and what my solutions would be. You know, like this was recorded before that, so I had this pent-up frustration with the deck that right now I'm more chill about it. So basically, we all know it's an issue, and believe it or not, I'm not one to just beat the dead horse and just be like always like, oh fuck this. You know, like I'm eventually I'm kind of over it. You know, I know it's gonna be fixed. I'm just going to try to do my best to provide you guys with cool deck lists that can match up well against it, which is going to be a challenge, definitely. I don't know if you guys have seen the data recently, but its play rate is at 28% of the entire meta with a 55% win rate. A 55% win rate with a 64,000 matchup sample is just, it's insane. We've never seen anything like this, by the way. Like you can say, whoa, this is always a problem. No. Like Twisted Fate Fizz, for example, peaked at like 17%. So we're like 11% above that. Like this is unprecedented. It's gonna be. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you just play Gauntlet or Expeditions. I may do some Expeditions myself for a while because, you know, I may end up going crazy if I just try to build a bunch of different decks that do well because I don't think the card pool allows me to do that. But I will do my very best. And I think I'm going to have some cool ideas. So I may just do a Fiora, all-in Fiora deck one of these days as well and showcase that a little bit because I haven't done that in like forever. I don't think I've ever showcased that on the channel. I did it for a tournament actually, for Twitch Rivals, which is pretty funny. But I've never actually done it in a video, so maybe I could take that approach. Regardless, let me actually explain what the deck is about. Well, basically, it's, like I said, the Spectral Matron combo, but with SHYVANA and Screeching Dragon into the mix for some Dragon synergy. And we are having a full set of Strafing Strike. This is, I think, very important for us to be able to handle Irelia Azir better. Because we need more copies of single combat, basically. Because this allows us to counter Homecoming. This allows us to stop their recall effects. This allows us to have more answers, cheap answers. Because unfortunately, Concerted Strike is too expensive in the matchup. Because all of their cards are like just cheaper. So you want to be able to trade favorably tempo-wise with them, which can be easier said than done, which is why I think Strafing Strike works well, especially because we are running some dragons here. And the whole purpose of this video is to showcase the new skin from SHYVANA, which I think it looks very sick. But unlike Yasuo and Zed, like her friend Riven, they don't have an actual level up animation, which I feel is a bit, I don't know. I think Riot could have taken a little bit of extra time to actually make the other animations before they release this because it just feels like an incomplete sort of package. But, you know, whatever. I still do like the art, and I don't think every single art should have a new animation. I don't know how much work that actually is, but it's not like we're talking about an indie company here, right? Though, obviously, not all of their resources are allocated towards the card game, which is also important to note. We have Darkwater Scourge with Mask Mother. This is a very neat combo. In case you don't know, we can play Darkwater Scourge and then eat it up with Mask Mother and get a 5/5 with Fearsome and Lifesteal, which is really neat. And we can enable these combos for cheaper with Oblivious Islander, which can be used in that regard, or it can be used to make our Spectral Matron cost less, so we can play it earlier on curve, and that's why we're playing Mobilize, to try to ramp into the Matron. But like I said, I don't really think Mobilize is necessary, and I think as this deck gets more and more optimized, I think Mobilize will end up being dropped, because it's 0 or 100 as a card, right? Like, if you draw it in the right moment, it's fantastic, but if you top deck it later down the line, it's just so bad. So you gotta keep that in mind. Also, a couple of Rated Guardians for obvious reasons, and a good card draw here with Stalking Shadows. This is an archetype that is really cool, and there's like multiple different variants of it, and I feel like the best version of it is yet to be discovered, which is exciting, and that's where I'll leave it at. But after this, I won't be showcasing, because I've already showcased this combo like once before, so I won't be doing this again and again, right? Like, I'll be moving on to other things, but I felt there would be a nice way to showcase the new art from SHYVANA. And that's where I'm going to stop talking about it. So all day, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content so as we just power through this meta. And like I said, I'll do my best, and I'll hopefully I'll have some cool ideas. And yeah, love ya. Thank you for watching my videos. I'll see you tomorrow. I guess we're facing some kegs. Keg Control can deal with our board state relatively easily, right? So that's a bit dangerous. I'm going to drop the single combat. And I'm going to keep SHYVANA in hand. The rest of the hand, like, you always keep Cithria on your opener, even if you are, like, if you draw into other Cithrias, it doesn't matter, because it's much better to have multiple Cithrias than to not draw anyone at all. Like, it really does make a big difference. We draw into Mobilize, which is really neat, because now we're going to be able to curve SHYVANA on turn 3. Let's go for a Rummage, okay. They're playing Jack Taskmaster.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
We're gonna do this and drop SHYVANA effective immediately, so we can stop a Plunder, because we already know that they have Plunder a part of their strategy. We're gonna drop Screeching Dragon, and we're gonna try to overwhelm our opponent.
Never lost a fair game. Dead in their tracks.
All right.
They are nothing.
SHYVANA looks sick. She looks sick with his art. Alright. I wonder if he has, like, Pilfered Goods in the legs? Doesn't seem like it's a Twist of Fate focused deck, though.
Can you improve perfection?
Gonna play Dark Water Scourge. Because we can do that, we can Mass Mother into the Scourge and Scourge? English? Let me know how it's spelled or pronounced. Back-to-back Cithrias is actually like, if the game is able to last that long, they're gonna be amazing, right? Alright, he is stringing all these Plunder. There's our Matron. Beautiful.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
We're gonna play Laurent Protege. Laurent.
I'm ready. Join me if you want to live.
Run them through. Hardly fair. Aha! Say your farewells.
Alright. Very nice.
Witnessed by true power.
No, like, you know, cosmic animation, but we still got the art.
Keep up, keep up.
Let's play reactive with the single combat. You already triggered Plunder, so it's fine. There's no, like, Ravenous Flock, so I'm not worried about my units being damaged, per se. That's a good draw. See if we can find some units to develop here so that we can have a very nasty Spectral Major next turn. Alright, he's fishing.
Like a fish in water.
Surprising that gameplay is still not enabled. It feels like he's triggered a bazillion Plunders. There's no point in playing this, right? No, let's go Dragon. Ah, he does have the merchant and the goods. All right. All right. Definitely expecting that harpoon eventually. I want to build a deck with that card for sure. Like, I'm really excited about that. All right, let's do this. Another last soul. We're going in. And because this deck is purely damage based, they got a lot of stats to hurt. Alright. Well, these fearsome units, as long as we remove their blockers, are pretty much gonna kill them. Yeah. And you can tell. Alright. Burn all in dragon fire! Oh shit. Irelia was Zed. Okay, something new. We're gonna keep the. Are we gonna keep the Spectral Maintenance? It seems like a very fast-paced matchup. I want to keep these Stalking Shadows though, because they can really help me fish my combo. Even though I just drew into all spells, which is very unlikely with this deck. I mean, it's not super unlikely. We have a decent amount of spells. Maybe I was a bit greedy keeping these, but because I could be facing a very aggressive deck. We draw into Lauren Prodigy though, so it's cool.
That was not.
Yeah, it seems like this is a pretty aggressive deck.
How'd you do that? It's my time.
Alright. Let's continue drawing through our deck. Okay, that Raiding Guardian is very neat. Let's put you.
Who does not know the name?
Who does not know the name Lauron? We do definitely want to target this sparring student effective immediately. We have a Strafing Strike in case they want to like bounce him back or some shit. Though I'm not sure if we care too much. Okay, well, never mind.
Run them through. Hardly fair.
Let's try to weaken his board a bit. This Raiding Guardian is incredibly important. For rather obvious reasons. I'm gonna...
Spin it round, throw it down.
Taking a big hit here. I'm wondering how important it is to... Like, we gotta stay alive, so I don't think I can focus on getting... I mean, to be fair, what are we gonna play? Lauren Protege? I mean, it is a pretty good card to play here, I think. Because then we can enable Raiding Guardian. Raiding Guardian with Strafing Strike. Yeah, this makes the most sense.
Strength and grace, beauty in the play.
All on the shoulders.
Yeah.
And punch. I demand satisfaction. Hardly fair.
We're attacking with the Lauren Protege onto the Ribbon Dancer so that we enable the Raiding Guardian.
Left foot, left foot.
We draw to set 3 anyways.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
Virtue guides me.
This card can be an auto win against this matchup, especially because they don't have snowbally stuff like Azir.
Stand behind me. They won't hurt you. If they hurt you, I'd never forgive myself.
She just... Oh, I was saying, that's a redundant. She says he's not gonna be hurt, but no, she's telling that about him. Or about her. English. Alright, well that's a problem. I can wait with immobilize. I mean, I gotta survive this turn.
If I fall, so be it.
He's attacking immediately? Okay. That's why I was keeping his board active. I cannot play into an Azir for war. I need to keep the mana. Let's not get too greedy here. Because now we retaliate. And we always need to keep this mana for a combat spell. Whispered words. Okay. We need to play reactively with these cards, though, especially when we're at a mana disadvantage. And we don't really need to be proactive at this point, because we got all the numbers. Let's drag you here. Aha! Nice! Demacians! Alright, we take down that thick-ass boy, even though we don't care as much about him now. And again, we play reactively. Which means because, I mean, at this point we don't need to. Before, yes, because we could die to a Noxian Fervor. Now we're a bit more chill. And now we can go Spectral Matron into Mass Mother, which is another very cool combo. Which can allow us to basically nullify the ephemeral keyword. Well, it's not really a keyword, but status. You'll see what I'm talking about. We can play this, get a Cithria, and then Mass Mother there. Yep. Got him!
Back to the skies, Knights of Demacia.
I like that she has a quote. My nemesis is back. I'm actually gonna mulligan these two. I'm gonna keep SHYVANA, but I do want to find Mobilize. Sweet, sweet, sweet. If we do things right, we can potentially overwhelm our opponent with stats, but we need to preserve a ward. Like, on paper, this deck can work really well against easy Draven. At least that can be the initial thought. But the problem is that if they keep removing everything we play on the board, then we have no board to buff with Matron into that. I have to take this hit. What do I take here? I'll take you.
Sure is dark, eh?
Just to develop a blocker.
Man overboard.
We pass, we draw a card before we go for the second Stalking Shadows. It's like Radiant Guardian, because this is effectively a slow burn deck. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Join me if you want to live.
Time for the main event. Oh, hello there.
We developed this Oblivious Islander to have a blocker so that this open attack doesn't massacre us.
Hey, what's that?
I know I could be playing into a thermogenic beam,
System upgrade.
but I can't just like pass here. I need to start being a bit proactive.
Don't blink.
Oh, you missed me. Alright.
Safety disengaged.
If I play SHYVANA, I still have good.
Dragon blood, demanding heart.
Let's go combat. This will enhance my SHYVANA. Let's go combat again. He has double axis, which means that anything else that I target will kill SHYVANA. So I'm gonna still combat.
Strike for justice.
Having a sluck. But we get a good deal of our health back, which is what matters here.
System upgrade.
And our SHYVANA is close to level up as well. He's running out of gas a little bit, and we're still pretty healthy.
Can you improve perfection?
He's trying to burn me down. Unfortunately, I don't have any good targets for Spectral Matron right now.
Look lively, soldier.
I could just Spectral Matron my Spectral Matron. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's a problem.
Axes coming right up. Now we're cooking.
I mean, that's why I should have played this Spectral Matron, because I would have had another blocker here. That was my big misplay.
Suffer my fury. Now I take to the sky.
My beautiful face.
And we get wrecked. I mean, I don't think it ultimately mattered. We could have saved quite a bit of health, but to be fair, this Captain Farron would have sealed the deal eventually. We drew into Spectral Matron. Maybe I should have taken Cythria at this point. Like, honestly, maybe taking Cythria was just ultimately better. You know, going back, that could have been the play. GG. I cry every time. Easy Draven. Got us again.
I will not forget this.
I haven't seen Nightfall in a while. Let's see. Okay, double Chow is really tempting, even though they could get Diana'd. But I'm gonna keep double Chow with Screeching Dragon because it's a great way to cycle through my deck. And if I manage to find the Mobilize, we can enable this by turn 4.
Ours is the one true light.
I'm gonna pass because I can't block into this anyways. I gotta take the damage. And I could always draw into a Mobilize that allows me to play all these for free. Yeah.
Oh, hello there.
I don't quite want to go for Mobilize until... Like, this Mobilize is a little bit awkward because I don't really have any good targets as of now. But I want the blocker.
Darkness hides in my path. Whatever the cost.
All right, there you go. I didn't want to use this mobile. It was really awkward because I don't want to use. I want to use this on my other components. But now we get to double Dragon Chow. This works out just because I top deck Shyvana. Like, honest. I wish I could say I saw this coming, but sometimes you gotta believe the heart of cards, man. Like I said, I did not want to come in mobilized like that.
Dragon blood to my heart.
But this is gonna lead to a very easy Shyvana level up.
They are nothing.
Surprised by that. Surprised by this play. I guess he's playing it defensively, but do you really want to block it to this?
There are none like me.
Well, thick Shyvana. We taking quite a bit of damage, but we got blockers. I kind of want to go for a Glimpse Beyond, but what if he has a Unspeakable Horror? Plus, I need these blockers anyways. There's Cythria.
Peaceful once. Unleash draconic rage.
Again, I can use this to ramp into Cythria. Like, I don't need to get insane value out of this as long as I use it on the right units. All right.
Forgive me.
I'm gonna Straffy Strike.
From the skies.
There's Matron. And now this is what matters. I'm gonna take away the Nightfall unit because it prevents that. We have this Drafting Strike now. That makes it really awkward for him to play anything. Okay, so he's going for it. Alright, so we definitely want to... We definitely want to kill this just because he could have the... he could draw into until dusk. Onto dusk. I want a glimpse.
They cannot strike where they cannot see.
Maybe there's a football going on. That's something that's particularly annoying in my country. We get hit there. Alright, we go down to 3, but we're able to counter that. Thanks to our Glimpse Beyond there. And now we go for the kill. When we attack, we'll be generating a Strafing Strike, which can potentially allow us to combat a Atrocity. The problem is Doom Beast until dusk. Okay, no. Alright, good stuff. Booyah!
I'll clear the way.
Got him! Oh, nice! Beautiful! That was clutch. The Dragon Fire! Regular SHYVANA. Let's see if we can establish some dominance. Alright, Spectral Matron and Cithria. If you see this in your opening hand, you keep it. This is the win condition. We're gonna drop the single combat. I'm gonna keep Dragon Chow as well. Alright, works. But in this matchup especially, we don't want to play Dragon Chow early because they can play Dragon Guard Lieutenant. And knock him out. Even though single combat can still do the trick, but if they waste single combat on a Dragon Chow, that's actually fine.
Never again will we fall to dragon fire.
Ready weapon.
Nice. I was worried he wouldn't attack there. Alright, good stuff.
The dragon's rage draws to get out.
Nice. These decks don't tend to play riposte. So the fact that we were able to sneak in that Dragon Chow is really neat. Ah, he's using this to draw. That's fantastic for us.
They are nothing.
They are nothing. We're out of sharp sight range. Unless he's got double sharp sight. That could be a thing. But I kind of want to just do this, man. Just to get the level up. Because like I said, only double sharp sight does something here. He can hush me, but it doesn't matter. And now we level up.
Now I take to the
Skies! We heal. So we're even thicker than before. We tapped out, but man, it's looking great. We're at full health in SHYVANA. Stalking Shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, that's hot.
Sure is dark, eh? Man overboard. Oh, hello there.
Hello there. Yeah, doubling up on this. And now just doing this. Another lost soul! I can't use the high-pitched voice, but I can give you a bad male version. And we make him cry uncle. That was such a clean game. Oh my god.
back to the skies, Knights of Demacia.
Let's see how we fare against Thresh Nasus. I do want to do a full mulligan here. Because I want to find a bit more of a nutty opener. Like, the Mobilize alongside Cithria is really nice. There's SHYVANA as well. We can't block this, so... Lakai Reaper is actually the type of, like, one-turn play that we're happy to see. A Dude Keeper is much tougher for us to handle. I'm gonna pass. As long as he doesn't, like, if he does sack this, then yeah, I will place, but yeah, this is fine.
Fire and fury burn in me.
You could have a Rite of Calling plus a Black Spear, but otherwise this is a good play here. I don't want to play the Oblivious Islander yet.
fury.
I did this attack with SHYVANA. Puts us out of Black Spear range.
Oh, hello there.
He's thinking about attacking into this.
Never keep a dragon waiting.
There's a Strafing Strike. Very nice. So if I play you into you, that's 5, and I have 8, yeah. I'm gonna pass, make him burn that mana. I'm gonna go for a Glimpse Beyond. Right.
No.
Cycle is done.
We're going in. We taking a lot of damage.
Descend upon them! I'll take this one!
Yep, expecting that.
For the king!
We have to watch out for Atrocity. Okay, we got a single combat, which is very nice. They can't Nasus into Atrocity this turn.
Gonna find a gift for an action! Right, Arda?
He's served.
Beautiful. We got so much lifesteal now. Yeah. Yeah, boy.
With Demacia in our hearts, we fly.
And now we got the power, baby. Let's start clearing them. Let's get the weaker ones here. Let's get you. Let's get you. Boom and boom.
I'll clear the way.
We're back at full health and our units are huge. We just have to worry
Is gonna make a meal of 'em.
about atrocity lethal with Nasus, right? Okay, that's awesome. Having like access to 2 combat strikes. That's why I play a full set of Straffy Strike. Yep, shut down, baby. There we go. Haha.
Fine work, Demacia.
Fine work. All right, so this is the last matchup that I want to showcase because the mulligan is very different here from all the other matchups that we've seen, right? You don't want to keep Matron, nor do you want to keep the I'm sorry, I don't even emote as Azir Irelia players. I am so done with this deck. Like seriously, I am so done. Don't even talk to me. So as I was saying, this deck is so fast that you can't afford to keep Spectral Matron and Cithria and work for that late game because you're not gonna make it there. Like you need to survive up to that point. So you need to make it so that you mulligan for very key cards here. Like even SHYVANA is a bit slow here, but we're gonna keep her, and we're definitely gonna keep the Dark Water Scourge because if we can get the Mass Mother, like you need to find some sort of lifesteal. Okay, we find that and we find Radiant Guardian. That gives us a little bit of hope. We're actually not happy to draw into Spectral Matron and Cithria. This deck is supposed to be a counter to this, and it could not be any further from the truth. The matchup is a little bit unfavored.
Just like we practiced.
Because this deck is just ridiculous, man. This deck is just absurd. It's actually absurd.
We delay.
We're lucky I don't find Emperor's Days. That's already huge. We're gonna keep this Mass Mother so we can use it on the Dark Water Scourge. And yeah, we're just gonna have to not do anything. We draw pretty poorly.
Shurima never fell.
But fortunately for us, our opponent doesn't draw Emperor's Days, so that gives us a little bit of extra time, right? To make up for our poor draw. Because we drew these, right? Like, this is not what we want. We found a single combat, which is nice.
Shurima, see what I see. Carry on.
We're taking a huge hit.
Emperor, I am honored.
No mercy for those who desecrate our home.
I mean, we may be dead here.
Take well to intruders.
We may be dead here, man. Why would you attack with this first? Makes no sense. Bro, just play the Flawless Duet, man. It is not rocket science. Seriously, like this synergy is so off the charts that you're just gonna play that. This thing is gonna grow to like it's gonna hit this thing is gonna hit me for 1 billion, man. Legit gonna hit me for so much damage. It's because of decks like these that you can no longer like pass the first couple of turns and carry over the spell mana. All right. I know it seems like I'm whining a lot, man, but I play this game every day, and I'm reaching my limit with this shit.
Come, face me.
I really am. This deck is just absolute nonsense. Look at this shit, man. 7-7. I'm gonna go up to 8-8.
And punch. Navori, formations.
All right. So Shapestone kills me anyways. If I block. I mean, if I block into this, Shapestone actually doesn't kill me. No, yeah, it does. It does. It does.
Come, face me.
All right. Well, we were at full health, and now we're at 2. We play this into Mass Mother, and we're gonna see if we can make a comeback here. We have single combat, but we've had to tap 5 mana, so our strike spells. This is why I'm running a full set of Straffing Strike, by the way. Like you need to be able to interact, and the thing is, Concerted Strike is too expensive because they have like 2 mana counters. They have like a bunch of 2 mana counters.
No mercy for those who desecrate our home.
Shurima is send and scar, past and present.
No more Homecoming, which is nice.
Take your place. Mind your form. You're on the back foot. Turn back, trespasser. You're on the back foot.
Beautiful. Yes. He's got several spells, man. Alright, beautiful, 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 beautiful. We know he probably has several spells, so now we need to play reactively with this, but we have the Mass Mother with a lifesteal, and this is really what's gonna give us a chance here. We also have Radiant Guardian. We can't do that in Straffing Strike this turn though, so that's already a bit of a predicament. Getting rid of the second Irelia is really important though. That's interesting. Okay, well that enables my Radiant Guardian, which definitely makes this worth it.
Left foot. I fight for the fallen.
Oh man,
Watch me now.
we need to trade with Azir, right? This is like a shitload.
Hold back the darkness.
Look at all this lifesteal, and he's still hitting me like a truck, man. Okay, can I actually block like this? I can block like this. Like take down Azir this way. It's better because keeping SHYVANA on the board is important.
Do not test me.
All right. All right, we're able to halt him down. How crazy was that onslaught though? Like I'm legitimately attempting to counter this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go for this. I want to do this because I proactively challenged Azir, and now I have double strike, so there's nothing you can do to stop this. I'm killing Azir 100%. 100% killing him. No. I should have played this on the combat phase, because if he played a unit, I would have to. But I mean, at this point, we're fine anyways. If he plays a unit, then he taps out. And, you know, we're safe, right? Like, we survived the turn that we needed to survive. From this point onwards, do it like this, yeah. Get this nonsense out of here. That's the thing, man. Like, they have 2 mana. Like, these cards have always been around, but now that there's such a ridiculous combo deck, they are effectively 2 mana denies, man. Because the threats are so cheap. Like, everything about this deck is so wrong. And that's the last thing I'll say. Like, I know I'm like, it just comes off like I'm complaining all the time, but man, it's hard. It's really hard not to. It really is.
Is everyone okay?
I'm not even messing around. I'm doing this. Not a lost soul. I want to hit him with a 40-24 SHYVANA. Actually, scratch that. 42. I want to obliterate his Nexus like 8 times. that is my anger. Oh, man, maybe he's saying GG. GG.
I'll take this one.
I'm a little bit satisfied. Oh. Oh, seriously, man. Fuck that deck. Fuck that deck.